okay, whatever, you're the boss.
That's it.
True it hurts, you know.
Torpedoes.
The ones that are covered like for about 5 minutes.
Probably so.
Oh yeah, March. Yeah.
Well, those have been great. Just like on the sidelines.
Just over here in the middle.
Yeah. Power down.
Never mind. Okay. Shake that, shake that. You guys were hot and they were warm and they were cold.
No. She said lots of stuff.
You want to hand them out?
Lots of stuff. I just wanted to share that with you. That was.
I won't do that.
That was the joke about the business.
I won't do that. I won't do that.
Sir, hey, sir, could you explain your chords to me?
Well, these are my master. You come back up. Will you give me 5 shares out of the trailer?
Okay.
Yeah, I think there's 5 more. Thank you, Danny.
Thank you. You look very colorful.
Well, thank you. I've never worn them before. Whitney's like, you need to wear your cords. I'm like, okay.
Some schools don't let you do that.
Wonder which one it is. If I was a guest, it was.
So, what you guys can do is,
Did you get a chair yet?
Board members like to do that. I've been staying out of it.
yeah, we've been going down both ways. Whatever you
Which way they coming up?
Because I know Rick, so Rick wants to get down there and there.
So how many minutes do you need, everyone?
I'm going to sit right here till after the H's.
He's going to catch him at the
Hey, boys. Superintendents, students, principals.
yes.
I asked Mark.
We're going to do this in the garage doors, but we'll take it back and store it. Oh, you're talking about trying to get it inside of graduation. Too big. It weighs too much too. Like with 2, 3 boys trying to do that.
You guys good?
They drive it out.
One more chair.
Oh, we just need one more? Should be, what, 6 of us? Or it doesn't matter. I'll put it there. I don't remember. You good?
Think we're good. You guys need water?
He's got to hook them up.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Chris, make sure when you come up. Oh, it's like, okay. All right, they did. Because I told him this your last practice. Good evening. My name is Kenny DeMoss, and I'm the proud graduate and principal of Parkersburg High School. I am delighted to welcome you to the 2021 commencement exercises for Parkersburg High School. We will now have the procession of the class of 2021. Members of the faculty at Parkersburg High School will follow the seniors. You may remain seated for the procession. The Big Red Band, under the direction of Mr. Dan White, will play the processional. Mr. White? Seniors, please be seated. At this time, Keegan Barnett, Vice President of the senior class, will come give in the welcome.
I'd like to take this chance to welcome the graduating class of 2021. After a long, hard year, we finally made it. Congratulations to everybody.
At this time, I invite you to please stand for the singing of our national anthem and remain standing for the Parkersburg High School alma mater. Both will be performed this evening by the PHS a cappella choir under the direction of Mr. Josh Dubbs and the Parkersburg High School Band. Mr. Dubbs, Mr. White. Please be seated. Before we begin this evening, I would like to take a moment of silence for those of you that have lost someone due to COVID-19. Thank you. I would like to take this time to recognize our armed forces. If you are a retired military veteran, an active member, or a senior getting ready to start your career, please stand. Thank you for your commitment to protecting our country and protecting our freedoms. If you work for Wood County Schools, please stand. No one would have ever thought for the last 15 months we would have ever had to worry about wearing masks, not wearing masks, hand sanitizer, distance learning, iPads, protective shields and barriers, and some extremely hard decisions that affected thousands of students in our county. I want to say thank you for your tireless efforts in the following protocols, doing the unrequired, and making the sacrifices you must, not only personally and during the last year and a half, but taking care of others as well. Let's give them a round of applause. If you are a frontline worker, please stand. Until last March, I thought N95 was a place marker in bingo. I can't imagine the things you all had to deal with and are continuing to deal with. Thank you for taking care of all of us in these crazy times. Let's give them a round of applause. It is my pleasure to introduce the following members of the Board of Education. Please stand and remain standing as I call your name. Board President, Mr. Justin Raber, Mr. Ron Tice, Mrs. Judy Johnson, Mr. Rick Alcott, and Mrs. Peggy Smith. Please show me your appreciation to these board members for their dedication to Wood County schools. Correction, that's Debbie Hendershot. That's a typo. I apologize, Debbie. So you guys got me on that before I even started. It is my privilege to introduce members of the Wood County Administration. Please stand and remain standing as I call your name. Superintendent Mr. Will Hassefluke, Assistant Superintendent Mr. Mike Fling, Assistant Superintendent Mr. Ken Cook, Director of Curriculum Instruction Mrs. Christy Willis. Please show your appreciation of the leadership shown by these three dedicated individuals. Representing our partner in education, DuPont, Kevin Gross. Parkersburg High School and DuPont have been partners in education for over 30 years, and we thank DuPont for all they have done, and we look forward to many more years as partners. Please show your appreciation for the service to PHS by DuPont. I'd also like to thank Kona Ice and Blennerhassett Hotel as our partners in education, as well as the PHS Foundation for the service they provide to Parkersburg High School. Please show them your appreciation. I would like to introduce our administrative team at Parkersburg High School. Please stand and remain standing as I call your name. Assistant Principal, Mrs. Whitney Gazelle. Assistant Principal, Mr. Caleb Lawrence. Assistant Principal, Mrs. Kelly Ray. Assistant Principal and Athletic Director, Mr. Chris Way. Home Services Director, Mr. Joe Britton, and our school nurse, Mrs. Cassie Andrews. Also, our school resource officer and Parkersburg policeman, Officer Chris Moorhead. Please show them your appreciation for the hard work they do with your students. Officer Moorhead, can I have you come up to the podium, please? If I had told him this is going to happen, he would have done it. Officer Moorhead will be retiring at the end of December 2021, and we would like to thank him for his 10 years of service for our school and 30 years of our community, service to our community, representing him with a certificate of appreciation. I invite you to stand and applaud to acknowledge his service to our schools and community. I would like to introduce our counselors. Please stand and remain standing as I call your name. Mrs. Maggie Oneck, Mrs. Carla McKay, Mr. Brian Sprague, Ms. Jane Tebay, and Mrs. Cynthia Woody. Please show your appreciation to these dedicated individuals who work closely with our students. Our senior advisors are Chandra DeBar, Trina Poling, and Mr. Joe Stevens. These three dedicated teachers worked with the senior class on many activities, including Color Day, creating the senior flag, and commencement, and helping with commencement. Thank you all for your hard work in making this year a special one with our senior class. Please show your appreciation to the senior class sponsors. I would like to thank the secretarial staff for their day-to-day work in keeping our school running as smoothly as it does and completing all tasks to help our graduates walk across the stage this evening. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the custodial staff at Parkersburg High School for their tireless work in preparing the stadium for this evening's graduation. They have spent many hours setting up chairs, moving the stage, preparing the field for tonight's celebration. Please show your appreciation for their tireless work. I would like the following professionals to please stand if you are present: Vicki Rubel, Allie Harper, Victoria Ashcraft, Barry Cool, and Jane T-Bay. These professional teachers and counselor are retiring this year, and I wanted to thank you from the bottom of my heart for your years of service to our students. Please give them a round of applause. Seated behind our graduates are the finest teachers in Wood County. Would you all please stand? They are the ones responsible for the molding and shaping of their students' minds and responsibilities. These teachers give countless hours outside of the classroom to ensure our students receive the finest education possible. The administration thanks you from the bottom of our hearts for all that you do for our students. Please join me in showing these dedicated teachers our appreciation for their tireless efforts. And finally, seniors, please stand. I want to play a game with you. Let's play some catchphrase. Ames fire. Ransomware. COVID-19. Water assassins. These things happened during your tenure here. You fought and you made it. Like me, you have to deal with negativity at times. Like me, you have to look at the negative square in the eye and say, I'm ready. I'm not scared. This will make me stronger. People have no idea how it is to live in our shoes. We do the best we can and focus on pleasing the 95% of the people that we can. I want to say thank you for your perseverance, your cooperation, your reliability, and your endurance. You've made it. Let's give them a round of applause. Seniors, please be seated. It is my pleasure to introduce our first guest speaker this evening, Senior Class President, Ms. Liza Roberts.
Good evening, everybody. On behalf of the Parkersburg class of 2021, I would like to welcome you all to the 103rd Annual Parkersburg High School Commencement Ceremony. I would first like to start by sharing my overwhelming and immense feeling of gratitude with you all. Thank you to all the faculty and staff who have continued to nurture and inspire us students time and time again, despite the strangeness and uncertainty of this global pandemic. Although it may seem as if your hard work can get often lost in the midst of all the frustration, you are appreciated far more than you know. I would like to also thank every parent and guardian who showed us endless love and support through our tough and trying teenage years. Take a deep breath, parents. We made it. To say the absolute least, the class of 2021 is exceptionally great. This graduating class includes countless scholars, outstanding athletes, and motivated leaders of our future. These hard-working students earn extraordinary GPAs, participate in countless clubs, and play several varsity sports. We as a class have endured and powered through unthinkable circumstances, even a pandemic. As we are a very headstrong and powerful class, we are also very hard on ourselves. We strive to be the best we can be and never settle for anything less than that. This is an amazing quality to possess. However, this is a very amazing quality to possess. However, it is very easy to forget we are only human. And not only are we humans, we're emotional, stressed, overworked, and tired teenage humans. While we strive to live up to our fullest potential, we can often forget to leave space in our big plans for our mistakes. These mistakes can feel like the end of the world. Being knocked off your path to perfection can make you want to give up completely, but how you respond to your mistakes is what will make or break you. We make mistakes from the time we are born right up until our final breath. It's an essential part of being human. So why must we put so much pressure on ourselves and others to strive for perfection in all things? In most cases throughout a life, perfection is the unattainable ideal that taunts and belittles us all, and we don't fail to reach it. Instead of dreading your failure and mistakes, become aware of them. Learn how to accept when you've made an error and work to correct it. Make the awareness of your failure your greatest strength. To the class of 2021, the class that was far too hard on yourself, this is my message for you. Forgive your younger self. Let go of your past and have the courage to recognize your failures. You have to forgive yourself for any failures or mistakes you have committed in your past and move on. Believe in your current self. Be strong and keep on moving on. Never give up on yourself. You have to keep on going, and eventually you will see what you will become. And finally, create your future self. Wake up every day and be the person you want to be. Your success is based on your effort and not dependent on someone else seeing the light or even agreeing with you. Leave room for your mistakes and own them. I want to lastly thank the entire class of 2021 for the endless love and support you have shown me this year. I congratulate you all and wish you nothing but the best with your new and exciting futures. As you venture out and build your new lives, always remember that you were once a Big Red and you will always be a Big Red. It is now my honor to present the senior with the highest GPA, Matt Pearson. Thank you.
Thank you to Liza, and good evening, everyone, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to address such an amazing class. For this speech, I would like to ask that you indulge me in a bit of an extended metaphor. I drew inspiration from this year's Color Day theme, outer space, and realized that in all of its vastness, many stories remain to be told. Let's begin by peering into the night sky, an act akin to using a time machine, with each twinkle representing eons long past. As I reflect on the time that we have shared in high school, it's easy to realize how non-traditional things have been. We've seen factory fires, teacher strikes, massive snowstorms, cyber attacks, and global pandemics. Yet it is in the most turbulent times and parts of the universe that the brightest stars are born. The class of 2021's affinity for leadership, scholarship, and companionship is a defining promise of the luminosity of our tomorrow. To actualize the most of our potential, however, everyone needs a little guidance. Enter the constellation of the Pleiades, also known as the Seven Sisters or the Big Dipper. It represents refuge, life, and the promise of youth, a fitting theme for us all as we prepare to embark on a voyage into the future. As I have the honor of being ranked first in our class, I like to think I know a thing or two. So please allow me to pass on some of the best advice I have heard or learned these past 4 years, matching each with one of the 7 stars in the Pleiades. The brightest star in the constellation is Maia. Through it, we must remember to pursue dreams with never-ending passion. Dreams bring purpose into life, and with purpose comes success. There will be potholes along the way, yet something I've realized of late is those challenges are what make realizing dreams worth it. They add character to your story and value to your accomplishments. If you are ever fortunate enough to see your dreams come true, push yourself beyond. Second in command is Alcyone. In it, we should be reminded to keep a bucket list and check items off whenever possible. Life can end in the most abrupt ways, and so to delay a wish is to increase the odds that it never comes true. The first step is to understand what we want to do or see. Maybe it's travel, or a daredevil activity like skydiving. Take the time to dream it up, then write it down. Chase these milestones like planets in orbit around the sun, renewing aspirations with each subsequent fulfillment. Not too far behind is Electra. In a more somber tone, it represents the need to stop comparing yourself to those around you. We live in a competitive society. In school, you are pushed to rise above. In work, you are called to take long hours. Accept the unattainable nature of perfection. When those around you succeed, be there to applaud and expect the same. So long as you work hard in this life, you should never be ashamed. Shining with a silent sense of dignity is Merope. In all the stress of adult life we will soon face, it's important to take time for yourself and reflect. 7-day work weeks are not okay. Starving yourself for sleep or social interaction is destructive. Ignoring what you've accomplished or how far you have come is demoralizing. Find hobbies that bring you joy and treat them as necessary as the food you eat or water you drink. We cannot forget Taygeta either. When faced with the most difficult of challenges, it's okay to ask for help. Despite what you may believe, asking for and receiving aid is not a sign of weakness, but of inconceivable strength. After all, Earth's tides get a little assistance from the moon. Then there is the lost star of the seven, Pleione. Often missed in the great expanse of night, it shines quietly yet remains just as critical to the universe. The toughest advice we must learn to swallow is that of seeing beauty in failure. Though this is a borderline existential crisis, think of each moment in life as equal. Each can never be perfectly repeated, and no matter how large or small, each plays a factor in determining who we are. No single star is the night sky. From the most humiliating failures, we learn the most. And even if we take no critical lessons from it, understand that having the ability to fail is wondrous. A human life lived having only victory and success is no human life after all. A moon with no craters has no personality. Finally, there's the star Atlas. For it, I have chosen my favorite quote from Norman Vincent Peale, "Shoot for the moon, even if you miss, you'll land among the stars." A culmination of all previous advice I have given, you will never know how far you can go unless you truly try. Thank you all very much, and congratulations once again, and it's now my pleasure to introduce our salutatorian, Isabella Haynes.
Good evening. I am Bella Haynes, the salutatorian for the class of 2021. To say I was shocked to receive this title would be an understatement. I am honored to be standing in front of everyone today to help celebrate the class of 2021. To start, I have a question for my fellow classmates. What does the future hold for you? While each one of us has a different path we will go down, we will always have something in common: Parkersburg High School. When reminiscing on the past 4 years, I've caught myself asking, did that really happen? The events that have occurred the past 4 years seem as though they're made up. A teacher strike that got us out of school for 2 weeks? Yeah, that happened. The former Ames plant fire that got us out of school for a week? Yeah, that happened. A computer virus that affected all of the technology in the schools? Yeah, that happened. And most recently, a global pandemic that shut down the world for months? Yeah, that happened. These past 4 years have been a roller coaster, but our ride has made it to the end, and we can finally say that we did it. It is now time for my inevitable list of thank yous. Thank you to the bestest friends anyone could ask for. Taylor, Emily Kay, Mason, and Elena, you guys are amazing. I don't think I would have survived high school without you guys, and I truly appreciate each and every one of you, especially Mason, who had to listen to the speech way too many times to count. To my family, Mom, Dad, Mike, Grandpa Champ, and Grandpa Walcott. I wouldn't be the person I am today without you all. I know I'm a lot to handle sometimes, but hey, we've gotten this far. Lastly, this wouldn't be a speech by Bella if it didn't somehow incorporate my dogs. So my last thank you goes to my 4-legged babies who have kept me mentally sane over the years. They are truly the best therapists. Now to get back on track. No matter where the next chapter in our lives take us, I know we will be great because after the years we've had, we can handle anything that's thrown in our direction. Reach for the stars, strive for greatness, and don't let anything get in your way. Class of 2021, here's to the rest of our lives. Thank you. I'd now like to introduce the valedictorian, CC Vada.
Good evening. To all parents, guests, faculty, and classmates, I am so grateful to have the chance to speak to you tonight. I know that announcing everyone and their wonderful accomplishments will take a while, so I'll keep my remarks brief. Most of you don't know this, but I haven't always attended public school. Until 7th grade, I actually went to Parkersburg Catholic. My sister is 3 years older than me, and she had been switched to public school in 7th grade, so I knew that day was coming for me too. I remember the number one thing on my Christmas list in 6th grade was to not transfer me to public school. Well, I think we can see how that turned out. In 7th grade, my parents did transfer me to Jackson Middle School, and then of course, I continued to PHS. Looking back, I am so glad my parents paid no attention to that Christmas wish. While I can't compare it to Catholic because I never attended their high school, PHS has been a great place to spend 4 years. I've had so many opportunities in terms of classes and clubs, and at least for me, high school wasn't nearly as scary as pop culture made it out to be. In middle school, I probably made the excuse that public school would be wild and not a good fit for me, but looking back, I was mostly afraid to leave my comfort zone. I had been at my old school my whole life. To transfer in middle school, when most everyone already has long-standing friendships, was a daunting thought. I won't say the first few weeks at a new school were easy, but nothing new usually is. I will be going to college in New York City, and to say that I'm nervous would be an understatement. Wherever you will be heading after tonight, whether that be college, a job, the military, or something else, it will be a completely new path in life. Don't be afraid to take that new path. Oftentimes, like my journey to public school, it can turn out wonderfully, but the hardest part is choosing to take that new path. I wouldn't be up here today without support from some special people. I want to thank all the teachers here, but especially those I had while I was a student. I will miss seeing you all in the hallways, but I'm so grateful I got to be in your classes. I know this year was as tough on teachers as it was on students. This made your constant encouragement and dedication, including through months of all virtual school, even more admirable. I want to thank my family, who have supported me in absolutely everything. From classes to clubs to sports, they've always believed in me and encouraged me to challenge myself. Finally, I was lucky enough to make some amazing friends here. These 4 years would have been a lot tougher without their friendship. While I appreciate the title of Valedictorian, I know that there are many other students here that work extremely hard, and it does not go unnoticed. One of my best friends earns the school's highest GPA, and I know that many others here have earned various scholarships and awards. These accomplishments make me so proud to be part of this class, which has continued to strive for greatness even in this challenging time. I thought long and hard about how to address this year specifically, but it was no use. We simply had a terrible year to be seniors in high school. We had challenges through our whole high school experience, from strikes to a factory fire to a broken staircase to a computer hack that we ignorantly thought was the worst virus we would encounter. And finally, COVID-19. To state our class motto, well, that happened. I remember feeling bad for last year's seniors, but in the blink of an eye, our senior year was just as uncertain. I'm not the biggest football fan, probably because I don't understand it, but even I would have enjoyed going to some games this year. We went from 2 days in person to fully virtual to fully in person, and I'm so proud of the way we took these drastic changes in stride. We all wore masks this entire year in an effort to keep each other safe. My main takeaway is that if we could make it through this year, we can make it through anything. Knowing you even got through this year is something to be proud of and speaks to your resiliency. If nothing else, COVID will make a good story to tell in 50 years. Because this pandemic is still ongoing, I feel it is my duty to encourage you to get a coronavirus vaccine. You all didn't pick me as most likely to cure COVID for nothing. I was so proud of our state's great start to its COVID vaccine distribution, but now it's up to us. Please get vaccinated if you're able. I was very lucky to get mine about a month ago. We are lucky to live in an area where COVID has not been as ravaging, but I know that it has affected people here today. The vaccine is free, it will help save lives, and by the way, you will not be microchipped. I want to leave you with a quote that I first heard earlier this week. We played a Kahoot review game in my biology class, and I won a sticker at the end. I picked a sticker with a quote from 19th century scientist Marie Curie, and it read, "Nothing in life is to be feared. It is only to be understood." While she was referring to science, I think it relates to us quite well. I am confident that because of the circumstances through which we have prevailed, we do not need to fear what comes next. We all have the capability to understand and overcome any problem we face. Let's look forward to our futures with excitement, including the obstacles we will no doubt encounter. Follow your dreams, but cherish the memories you made in your years here. Thank you so much, and congratulations to the class of 2021.
We will now have the presentation of diplomas. We ask that the audience help us show the proper respect for each graduate by remaining seated. Please remember that the entire audience needs to be able to hear each name read. We appreciate your cooperation in helping us ensure that each member of the class of 2021, present and not present, is honored properly this evening. Mr. Raber, Mr. Hassefluke, members of the Wood County Board of Education, faculty, staff, parents, and guests, as principal of Parkersburg High School, I certify that the seniors to be presented with the diploma at this graduation have met all the credit requirements as set forth by the state of West Virginia. Our counselors will be announcing their section of the alphabet. Ms. Tebay?
First row, please stand. Yasmin Nicole Allender. Emily Faith Allen. Emily received softball scholarships at North Carolina State in 2021 and is an All-American finalist for softball. Jesse Drake Ambrose. Michaela Lynn Anderson. Clayton Jade Ankrum. Aaliyah Lynn Arnott. Gabriel Jean Atkinson. Kristen Nicole Atkinson. Julia Leanne Otch. Julia is a recipient of the John Long and Mary Elizabeth Watkins Thomas Scholarship, the Promise Scholarship, the WVU Honors College, WVU Scholarship of Distinction, the People's Bank Employee Scholarship, the Greater Kanawha Valley Foundation, the Nicholas and Mary Agnes Tavillion Scholarship, the General Federation of Women's Club West Virginia Scholarship, and the Hose of West Virginia Kathy Allender Scholarship. Christopher Lachlan Bailey. Timothy Wayne Bailey. Alexis Morgan Bayless. Connor Ashton Baylock. Connor enlisted in the Air Force to be a nuclear weapons specialist. Isabel Ray Barbaro. Jake Maxwell Barnett. Hayden Michael Barrows. Charles Adam Bauman. Charles is a recipient of the James F. Winans Jr. Big Red Football Award, the Wade Hampton McLean Football Award. Maximus James Bumgarner. Charles Philip Bayer III. Jaya Christine Bell. Kylie Paige Bennett. Carly Danielle Biles. Dustin Shane Blackwell. Elena Nicole Boggs. Elena is a WVU Scholarship of Distinction recipient. Jacob Douglas Boone. Charles Wayne Boston. Charles is a recipient of the Doug McLean Memorial Scholarship, the Promise Scholarship. He's a Skills USA Gold Medalist and also an Eagle Scout. Devin Andrew Boyles. Devin is a recipient of the Douglas E. Cochran Scholarship, the Promise Scholarship, O.J. Stout Scholarship. He is enlisted in the West Virginia Army National Guard. Sarah Ruth Brace. She is a recipient of the River City Runners and Walkers Scholarship and also the Promise Scholarship. Joshua Aaron Brammer. Lauren Elizabeth Branges. Kristen Emily Briggs. Rachel Nicole Briggs. Ethan Allen Britton. Morgan Olivia Brookover. Morgan has received the Duquesne University Academic Scholarship, the Horizon Award, and Athletics Scholarship for bowling. Haley Marie Brown. Allison Paige Bruni. Courtney Dawn Buchanan. Chloe Elizabeth Bumgarner. Madison Lynn Bunner. Hannah Paige Buskirk. Mackenzie Ray Bird. Mackenzie is the recipient of the Tom and Pat Mental Scholarship, Charitable Fund, Altrusa of Parkersburg, the Catherine Fry Memorial Scholarship, PHS English Print Journalism Excellence Award in memory of Richard D. Grissom, the Ruth Marlowe and E.S. Shannon, and in honor of Carolyn McCune. Cax Charman University 1869 Academic Excellence Scholarship and Chathan Scholarship. James Allen Campbell. He is a recipient of the Promise Scholarship, the WVU Leadership, WVU Scholarship of Distinction, and he is also an Eagle Scout. Emily Grace Kincaid. She won the Jack Stevens Volleyball Scholarship, has been accepted into Marshall University's nursing program, receiving Board of Governors Merit Scholarship and the Promise Scholarship. Riley Neal Cannell. Andrew Russell Cannon. Taylor Nicole Carney. Noah Michael Carpenter. Tristan Drew Chancellor. Tavian Wesley Clift. Chase Thomas Clark. Courtney Madison Cobb. Courtney is the WVU Honors College, Scholarship of Distinction, the Promise Scholarship, First 2 Network STEM Research Scholarship. William Marsh Kaufman. William is a WVU Go First Academic Scholarship and the C. Belmont Berry Outstanding Academic Scholarship. Peyton Andrew Cole. Madeline Grace Raquel Conley. Tyler Shane Cooper. Devontae Rashawn Cousins. Jordan Monroe Krauser II. Rachel K. Cumberledge. Brendan Thomas Cundiff. Logan Wade Cunningham. Logan is the University of Pikeville Academic and Athletic Scholarship. Caroline Audrey Daly. Abigail Pauline Davis. Maggie. Charles Junior Davis III. Dahlia Sage McQueen Davis. Dahlia is a Sand Plains and Lewis A. and Curry F. Batten Education Scholarship winner. Justin Michael Davis. Lena Willow McQueen Davis. Kylie Danielle Dean. Kylie is the winner of the Marissa Miller Student Athlete Scholarship, the Promise Scholarship, Planet Fitness Teen Challenge Scholarship, and the WVU Scholarship of Distinction. Garrett Eli Deem.
I love you too.
Ranchi Kane Delacruz. Ranchi is a Promise Scholarship recipient and the WVU Scholarship of Distinction winner. Emily Bell Delancey. She is a recipient of an academic scholarship to Merida College. Tegan Six DeMoss. Tegan is the winner of the Mason Distinction Scholarship, the Eleanor Six Scholarship. Carson Matthew Dennis. Carson is the winner of the Sam Mandish Scholarship. Josie Mae Dickel. Josie has enlisted in the West Virginia Army National Guard. Shannon Rose Dickerson. She is a recipient of the Promise Scholarship, the WVU Scholarship of Distinction, the Harrington High School Alumni Association winner, and she is also entering the U.S. Air Force. Ryan Phillip Duckworth. Sydney Christine Noel Duckworth. Alexis Brooke Dugan.
Jordan Lynn Eaton. Kyle Lee Edmond. Charity Ann Edwards. Elizabeth Mackenzie Elliott. Caleb Brett Emmerich. Caleb is attending the University of Pikeville on an archery scholarship. Gabriel Alexis Evans. Christopher Shane Farson. Annalise Michelle Felker. Shaylee Marie Farrell. Aaliyah Marie Fields. Zoe Caitlin Fields. Shane Fletcher. Mackenzie Elizabeth Flynn. Mackenzie is the recipient of the 1835 Founders Scholarship for Academic Excellence, the McDonough Leadership Scholarship, and the Long Blue Line Scholarship. Lindy May Flowers. Cassie Jewel Foster. Emily Ann Fowler. Emily is the recipient of the Promise Scholarship, WVU Scholarship of Distinction Level 1, and was accepted into the Honors College. Felicity Faye Fox. Devin James Francis. Levi William Frazier. Haven Clara Jo Gabbert. Jaden Desiree Taylor Garner. Jaden is attending Wheeling University on a track and field scholarship. Emma Lee Roanna Garrison. Emma is attending Cabrini University Provost and the scholarship of the Cabrini Grant. Ethan John Gibson. Zachary Thomas Gilliard. Allie Natalia Gianni Smith. Emily May Gothard. Destiny Raquel Greathouse. Ariel Lynn Marie Griffin. Umbrea Nicole Griffith. Jaden Michael Lee Grog. Ethan Christopher Gross. Ethan is receiving the Promise Scholarship. He was accepted into the WVU Honors College and is a student of distinction. He also is receiving the WVU Eagle Scout Leadership Scholarship. Peyton Zachary Gwynn. Callie Carlina Haddix. Kinsley Philomena Zuzana Hager. Ryan Michael Halley. Ryan has enlisted in the Army National Guard. Kaylee Annabelle Harris. Charlie Rose Terrell Hart. Charles David Hartzog. James Michael Hendershot Jr. Ava Jasmine Henthorn. Logan Michael Henthorn. Xander Evan Harrington. Mackenzie Jeanette Hewitt. Harlan Everett Hill. Shaylin Mackenzie Hissam. Alyssa Reed Holland. Brooklyn Paige Hoover. Trevor Austin Hopkins. Brady Michael Howerton. Caleb Tate Huber. Jesse Elijah Hudson. Angelina Marie Huffman. Colton Tyler Huffman. Dylan Dat Nguyen. Not in attendance, Christopher Jordan Hupp. Jacob Cody Allen Irick. Evan Jonathan Jinks. Benjamin Michael Giles. Anissa Jolene Johnson. Anissa is the recipient of the Wood County Association of School Administrators and Friends of Education Scholarship, the Marietta College 1832 Founders Scholarship, and the McDonough Leadership Scholarship. Danielle Wesley Jones. Sorry, Daniel Wesley Jones. Caitlin Faith Jones. Emily Elizabeth Kammerer. Emily is the recipient of the Arizona State University New American University President's Award. Rose Laveau Kozak. Michael Eugene Coons. Aaron William Kuffner.
Hannah Noel Lamb. Hannah is attending Marietta College with the McDonough Leadership Program and is a recipient of the 1835 Founders Scholarship. Cassidy Marie Lane. Cheyenne Lanham. Zane Alexander Lemley. Isaac Dean Lent. Kirsten Renee Lewis. Nicole Lee Lincecum. Nicole is a recipient of the Academic and Athletic Scholarship to Wheeling University. She's also received the Bryce Leetsky Martin Scholarship. Julia Ann Lockhart. Julia will be enlisting in the Army National Guard. Cameron Lee Lockhart. Zachary William Lockney. Allie Nicole Lowther. Willa Ann Lynch. Casey Michael Mahoney. Casey is a recipient of the Promise Scholarship, the West Virginia Wesleyan Football Scholarship, and the President's Scholarship. Isaac James McHuron. Isaac is a recipient of the Burl Ross Memorial Scholarship, Carol Lewis Craig Memorial Music Scholarship, Dr. Marie D. Body Music Scholarship, Jennifer D. Colty Memorial Scholarship, Martin K. Alsip and Frank Schroeder Music Scholarship. He is attending and receiving the John Marshall Scholarship, the Marshall Music Scholarship, and the John Philip Sousa Band Award. Wow. Mystical Devin Marshall. Taylor Nicole Martin. Dylan Joseph Mason, Abigail Page Maston, Irene Hazel Mauricio. Irene is an AP scholar. She will be attending Ohio University and receiving the Templeton Scholarship and Ohio Trustee Award Promise Scholarship. Nathan Roger Mousy, Michael Thomas McCauley. I'm going to cry. Abigail Rose McElroy. Jacob Allen McCune. Jacob has enlisted in the United States Marine Corps. Braden Don McNichol. Ashley Nicole Meadows. Lindsay Nicole Midcap. Kylie Jade Miller. Madison June Miller. Michael Andrew Miller. Carter Douglas Mills. Taylor Ann Moat. Taylor is receiving the Go First Scholarship and the WVU System Connection Grant. Sarah Grace Anderson Moise. Sarah is a recipient of the Mary Lou Haig Memorial Scholarship for Parkersburg High School. Luke Moore. Gage LaShine Morris. Jennifer Brooke Morris. Anola Elizabeth Morrison. Connor Alexander Murphy. Alexandria Anna Myers. Aiden Christopher Nelson. Gavin David Nelson. Riley Michael Nemisek. Peyton Rain Nestor. Shelby Diane Newell. Jenny Ann Wen. Xavier Sebastian Oakley. Jason Thomas Oler. Amaya Danae Oliver. Michael James Owen. Michael is the recipient of the James F. Winan Scholarship and the Francis DeFranco Scholarship. Brandon Scott Owens. Courtney Faith Paprocki. Miranda Janae Lee Payne. Miranda is a recipient of the Dorcas Edmondson Hott Scholarship, the Laveme L. Gibson Memorial Scholarship, the Marietta Long Blue Line Scholarship, Distinction Scholarship, and Legacy Grant. Jacob Glenn Pennington. Brenna Leanne Moore Pennybacker. Mackenzie Elizabeth Petrie. Gabriel Kylel Pierce. Alexander Walker Pfeiffer. Chloe Ann Pinkston, Kylan Nicole Plants, Haley Jade Poland, Noah Lynn Pooler, Cody Malachi James Putman, Carissa Quillen, Gabriel Alden Ray. Gabe is a recipient of the William R. Pfaltzgraff Memorial Scholarship, the Promise Scholarship, and the WVU Scholarship of Distinction. Michelle Michaela Janice Ray. William Austin Reed. William is a recipient of the PHS Class of 1943 Scholarship. Nicholas Ryan Reed-Miller. Nicholas is a recipient of the Thomas N. Taylor and Sarah Scott Memorial Scholarship, the Promise Scholarship, West Liberty Elbin Scholarship, and Music and Board Scholarship, and Semper Fidelis Band Award. Sasha Nicole Reynolds. Shadrick Kane Reynolds. Lacey Nicole Ribeiro. Austin Michael Richards. Destiny Faith Richards. Austin James Riffle. Kaylee Rachel Ritchie. Kaylee is a recipient of the Marietta College Compass Scholarship. Emily Ann Rittenhouse. Emily is a recipient of the Ohio Valley University Scholarship. Joseph Levi Roberts. Victoria Lynn Roberts. Emily Jaden Robinson. Mackenzie Ray Robinson. Raceland Braden Robinson.
Caden Scott Rogers. Eric Scott Roten. Haley Elizabeth Rummer. Ethan Andrew Rutherford. Sahan Michael Sadavandi. Laurel Cassidy Sanders. She'll be receiving the Promise Scholarship and the WVU Honors College and Student of Distinction Scholarship. Rebecca Janae Saucy. Maggie Rowan Sowers. Maggie will be receiving the Promise Scholarship and a WVU Level 2 Distinction and WVU Honors College Scholarship. Brittany Leanne Sayers. Nicole Christina Scarpa. Nicole will be receiving the Helen Marsh White Scholarship, the Promise Scholarship, and the Foundation Scholarship. Parker Dane Shardiger. Kate Elizabeth Schwartz. Brian Aaron Shan. Benjamin Harvey Shrewsbury. Julian Justice Seifert. Julian will be receiving the Nancy Netzer Mackley Memorial Scholarship. Mary Michelle Simmons. Abigail Catherine Smith. Abigail will be going to Brunel University and receiving the Trustee Scholarship and Dance Scholarship. Edward Francis Smith. Judd Allen Smith. Tyler Robert Lee Smith. Ian Tyler Snodgrass. Madison May Spears. Madison will be receiving the University of Charleston Athletic and Academic Scholarship and the Honors Program at the University of Charleston. Vienna Helen Spindle. James Norman Spahowski. Joseph Brooks Starkey. Ian Clark Stengel. Ian will be receiving the Russ Grant Memorial Scholarship for Tennis and the Promise Scholarship. Emily Ann Stockdale. Jacob Michael Stone. Jacob will be receiving the William Bilbo Boston Harold C. Knopp Scholarship. Alex Lee Strawhecker. Jamie Lynn Strawhecker. Mary Michael Leahy Strobel. Mary will be receiving the WVU Underwood Smith Scholarship. Wade Foster Sullivan. Caden Tyler Swatzina. Connor Thomas Swatzina. Ethan Martin Tanner. Braden Marshall Terrell. Dylan Levi Terrell. Caleb Walker Thomas. Derek Matthew Toothman. Haley Nicole Townsend. Sarah Dawn Tucker. Campbell Theodore Shreves Turner. Teddy will be receiving the Wanda B. Mitchell Scholarship, the Bill Six Memorial Scholarship, Dwight O'Connor and Ellen Connor Lepp Dannert Scholarship. Hunter Kyle Turner. Madison Leanne Turner. Anna Kaylin Umpleby. Anna will be receiving the Simons and Windows Scholarship, the Promise Scholarship, Alderson Broadus Promise Match Scholarship, Trust with Distinction, and Athletic Scholarship. Blake Edward Uppel. Devin Ray Van Allen. Devin will be receiving the Promise Scholarship, the O.J. Stout Scholarship, and the Eagle Scout Scholarship. Eric Reed Van Camp. Daniel Lynn Van Kirk, Jr. Tyler Levi Varner. Ryan Nicholas Vaughn. Ryan will be receiving the Ella Baron Hirsch Scholarship. Betty Ann Walker. Bryant Wesley Walker II. Hayden Allen Walker. Lauren Catherine Walker. Remington Allen Walker. Justin Paul Waybright. Justin is receiving the Ross and Bob McHenry Award and the Promise Scholarship. Caitlin Rochelle Webb. Jaden Mackenzie Welsh. Jaden is receiving the Promise Scholarship and a full ride athletic scholarship to Salem International University. Emma Claire West. Matthew James West. Daniel Robert Wharton. Daniel is an AP Scholar and the Clemson University Honors College and Academic Scholarship Award. Jacqueline Lorraine Williams. Olivia Grace Williams. Olivia is receiving the Don Fosselman Scholarship, the George H. Clinton Scholarship, Mary Lou Haig Memorial Scholarship for PHS, Whitaker Menard Memorial Scholarship, Arts Bridge Scholarship, Go First Scholarship, and the WVU Honors College Scholarship. Mackenzie K. Willis. Nathaniel Scott Wilson. Riley Spencer Wilson. Gavin Levi Wise. Cody Seth Wiseman. Matthew Jacob Workman. Zachary James Robert Wright. Get in alphabetical order. Yeah. Matthew Blake Yetter. Ellie Marie Yater. Ellie is receiving the Gene Singer Award, PEO Star Scholarship, WVU Interstate Fair Scholarship Pageant Scholarship, WV Chocolate Festival Pageant Scholarship, and the Marietta College Trustee Scholarship. Keegan Jonathan Amaziah Barnett. Keegan is receiving the Ellen Baron Hirsch Scholarship F. O'Donnell Don Northrop Memorial Award, Western Kentucky University Academic and Athletic Scholarship, and was a 2-mile school record holder. Azarian Rashawn Bennett. Azarian is receiving the Cedarville University President's Excellence Scholarship. Mason Eugene Cantwell. Mason is receiving the Promise Scholarship and the WVU Scholarship of Distinction Level 3 and the O.J. Stout Award. Cecilia Marie Fada. Cecilia is receiving the Vasson Family Scholarship for Academic Excellence, Amy John Crawford Prize, J.J. and Harriet C. West Prize, Harry C. Hardelbein III Gordon Page Corbett Scholarship, Joseph F. Johnson Scholarship, the Kiwanis Club of North Parkersburg Scholarship, was a National Merit finalist, had a perfect ACT score, and is an AP Scholar with honors. Kendall Lou Merrill Farabee. Kendall is receiving the Marshall University Presidential Scholarship and the Promise Scholarship. Isabella Grace Haynes. Isabella is receiving the Douglas E. Cochran Scholarship, Lewis Mason Memorial Scholarship, Mary Lou Haig Memorial Scholarship for PHS, WVU Level Distinction 2 Scholarship, GFWC Parkersburg Women's Club Academic Scholarship, Albert Yanni Scholarship, and the American Legion Auxiliary Department Scholarship. Kyla Zanae McLaughlin. Kyla is receiving the Ellen Barron Hirsch Scholarship, the Kent State University President's Achievement Award, the Oscar Ritchie Memorial Scholarship, and the Honors College Distinction Award. Matthew John Pearson. Matthew's receiving the Ella Adair Roberts Scholarship, Mary Lou Haig Memorial Scholarship for PHS, Pam Reeves Memorial Scholarship, Vasson Family Scholarship for Academic Excellence, and was awarded $12,000 to study economics and political science at Columbia University. He's also an AP Scholar with distinction. Liza Grace Roberts. Liza is receiving the Altrusa of Parkersburg Gems Scholarship, Jeffrey R. Swanson Memorial Scholarship, Lawrence E. and Jean L. Davis Scholarship, Mary Lou Haig Red Wing Cheerleader Scholarship. Graduates not in attendance: Alyssa Renee Becker, Caleb Matthew Brookover, Seth Patrick Bryan, who is enlisting in the Army, Benjamin Nicholas Campbell, Dylan Michael Chichester, Ryan Nicholas Klein, Zachary Ashton Allen Cooper, Elijah John Cunningham, Trenton Allen Dowler, Haley Jane Dunn, Jacob Wesley Eastham, Gabriel Alexis Evans, Megan Sky Frum, Adriana Ray Gibson, Chloe Anna Grenolds, Moise Mirza Hamarani, Andrew David Hirschman, Cadence Eliana Rose Heinzman, Adele Yasser Hassan Muhammad Ismail, Jaden Cole Jones, Charity Faith Kittle, Arliss Roscoe Lamp III, Darian Jaden Scott Locklear, Elizabeth Marie McCowan, Megan Renee McKay, Charity Hope Knoll, James Michael Nutter, John Robert Rouston, Ethan Alexander Ranson, Christian Eugene Ray Saxton, Jada Taylor Snyder, Elijah Takai Thomas, Christiana Maria Thomas, Evan Parker Turley. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would, please stand and show your appreciation to the Parkersburg High School class of 2021.
Could I have all seniors please stand? Okay. As we move our tassels to the right, we keep our eyes to the future. Thank you. You can throw your caps.
We will now have the PHS a cappella choir, under the direction of Mr. Josh Dubbs, sing Home Among the Hills and our senior class song. Mr. Dubbs? Seniors, please stand and face the choir.
There's a land
Seniors, please be seated. At this time, Kendall Farabee, Secretary of the Class of 2021, and Kyla McLaughlin, Treasurer of the Class of 2021, will come up and give you a final farewell.
Oh, wait. Oh. With all that was said, we are now at the end of our graduation. We would like to thank the administration, the teachers, and the board members for putting this together, along with the parents and the families of our seniors for attending.
To all our fellow seniors, we did it. We've worked hard, and we deserve to be proud of everything we've done that's led us to this day. Be safe this coming week, and good luck and good health to all of you.
Well, you made it. All the years of work have paid off. What seemed like eternity has finally come to pass. When we are young, we feel as if time crawls by, but when we get older, we feel as if it flies by. As you prepare to leave this evening, whether you are young or old, I want you to think about this. You're now a part of a long line of tradition at Parkersburg High School, a long red line, which is why that this saying is really important. Once a Big Red, always a Big Red. May God bless you today, tomorrow, and always. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. You are officially now a Big Red alumni, and you always are welcome. I guess you're dismissed. Mr. White,